So good morning, everyone. We have a few topics to talk about today. We're going to talk about the IRS. They posted a tweet, so we're going to dig into this tweet and talk a little bit about plus ups, talk a little bit about stimulus checks, as well as today is the day when you need to file your taxes if you have not done that already. I actually filed my taxes a little bit early this year, so that was good because now I don't have to wait till the last minute. And I used to be really bad about it. I would actually wait till the last day like today, and then I would wait until the evening because I had to work all day, and then had to have to find a post office that would still allow you to drop off your mail at a later time. So I remember sometimes you do the drive ups where they'd have a postal worker out there waiting so you can give them your tax filing. So I didn't do that this year, so I don't have to worry about that. I can kind of relax a little bit when it comes to taxes, and taxes can be stressful, obviously, for a lot of people, including me. All right, so we're also going to talk about Delta. Now, Delta, they have a new hiring practice, so we're going to talk a little bit about that because this can affect anyone who wants to apply for a job at Delta. And then we're going to talk about Ohio. So Ohio, they have a lottery jackpot, but the catch is you have to be vaccinated in order to enter. So that's pretty interesting in itself. You could win $1 million too. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the tweet of the day. And this is coming from California, the California governor. So we'll talk about that. And it does involve stimulus checks. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so let's look at this first story here. This is a tweet from the IRS, and they're saying the American Rescue Plan allows taxpayers who earned less than $150,000 in modified adjustment gross income to exclude $10,200 of unemployment compensation in 2020 taxes. Okay, so this is stemming from, there are a lot of people who file their taxes early. And if they file their taxes before this $1.9 trillion stimulus package was signed, well, they had to pay taxes on that $10,200. And so what in the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, what they did is they gave them a credit for that $10,200. So they didn't have to pay on the first $10,200. And so now what the IRS is going to do, they're going to refund this money. So they will refund that money back. So if you did have to pay taxes on that first $10,200 and you were receiving unemployment, they're going to go ahead and credit that back to you and send you a refund. So that's what they're saying here. So they also posted this little explanation here. So if you filed your tax return reporting unemployment compensation before the recent changes made to the American Rescue Plan, that's the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, IRS will correct the amount and any resulting overpayment of tax will be either refunded or applied to other outstanding taxes owed. So that's what the IRS is telling us. That's the explanation when it comes to why you might be receiving extra money in a refund. So now let's talk a little bit about plus ups. So the IRS, they're sending out plus ups right now. Every Wednesday, the electronic payments are going out. And so I think there are about a million more checks will be going out. I think 500,000 of those will be more plus ups, as well as stimulus checks. They're still sending out stimulus checks to people who they didn't have information on. So I always recommend, if you have not received a stimulus check, file your taxes. Today is the day to file taxes. File your taxes, because that will put you in the system and they'll be able to send out those checks. They might not have that information, and that's why you haven't received your stimulus check. So if you haven't received your stimulus check, make sure you file your taxes, and then those plus ups will also be going out to individuals who, let's say you filed your taxes and they now see that in 2020, you didn't make as much as you did in 2019, and they were going off your 2019 records. So you might not have qualified for a stimulus check in the past, or the stimulus check that you did receive wasn't the full amount because of that. So now that they can see the new 2020 taxes and they see that you didn't make as much, then now they can give you more money. Or let's say you have a dependent that you didn't have back then. Now they'll be able to calculate that as well. So if you have another dependent, they can give you money for that as well. So those are the things that the IRS is working on right now, sending out checks. So on Wednesday, hopefully some more electronic payments will go out. If you do receive a check and it's a plus up, or if you never received a stimulus check before, but you had filed your taxes, let me know in the comments section. That does help out so I can let other people know that it is going through. Okay, let's talk about this story here. Now, this is Delta. Delta Airlines, they are requiring all new hires be vaccinated against the virus. Now, this is one of those situations where I think we're going to see more companies doing this. They're going to actually require that people be vaccinated to start work. And so I'm sure there are people out there that don't want to get vaccinated, and they're thinking, well, these jobs, in order for me to get a job, I'm being forced to be vaccinated. But you do have companies that are coming out and saying this now. And so this is effective starting Monday. So this is actually starting today. This article came out last week. I believe it was on Wednesday. And then you have other airlines that are doing something similar. Now, the thing is with Delta, this is not going to affect people who are already working for Delta. So it's still your choice. If you're working for Delta and you don't want to get vaccinated, you do not have to get vaccinated. And other airlines, American Airlines is here. They're giving $50 gift card, and they're also giving you one extra vacation day. So that's how they're compensating people at American Airlines. Now, I don't know if American Airlines is going to do the same thing with the new hires, if they're going to require that they be vaccinated. But one thing you have to think about when it comes to these different airlines, they travel all over the world. And so if you have a flight attendant or if you have pilots and they're not vaccinated, well, they technically they can't travel internationally in certain areas because just like the European Union is stating that people coming from the U.S. have to be vaccinated in order to travel to the European Union. Well, if that's the situation, that you're going to have some issues there. Right now, some other countries, they might just require that you be tested. So that could be a workaround. They'll have to be tested before they fly out to some of these different places. But this is what Delta is saying as far as new hires. Now, I don't know. I haven't heard any other companies say that they're requiring this, but obviously other companies are probably going to do something very similar. And especially if you're in a job where you have to travel a lot, it might be something that's a requirement for a new hire. You need to be vaccinated, so that will allow you to be able to travel. So people looking for jobs might have to change their resume or add to their resume saying fully vaccinated. So that might be something that we're going to see in the future. Okay, let's go to this story here. So Ohio, you have the governor here, and you read the title. Ohio is offering a $1 million lottery jackpot to vaccinated adults. And so this is basically incentivizing people to go ahead and get that vaccine in Ohio. Okay, so this is Governor Mike DeWine, and I don't know how I feel about this. So what they're doing is let's talk a little bit about just the highlights here. So 5 Ohioans will win this $1 million. Okay, so they're going to do it. They're going to break it down each week, and on Wednesday they're going to do this lottery. And if you've been fully vaccinated, or if you've been vaccinated, you don't even have to be fully vaccinated. You just need one shot. So either the Johnson & Johnson, one shot and you're done, or the other vaccines, you just need to have one shot to qualify. So interesting enough. Now, if you're under the age of 18, what they're going to do if you do win, then they will give you scholarship money. So, and I don't know, scholarship money, $1 million, doesn't seem very fair as far as the amount there. It doesn't cost $1 million to go to college. Well, it shouldn't cost $1 million. Okay, so other states are also offering different incentives like crawfish and driving on certain different racetracks and things like that. So interesting enough, you compare $1 million to being able to drive on a racetrack or getting crawfish. So that in itself is pretty interesting. Although if it's crawfish, anyone that's vaccinated would get those crawfish, right? So that's good. Or anyone who's vaccinated can go to this racetrack and drive. Whereas this $1 million is only 5 people are going to benefit from this lottery. Now here's the tweet coming from the governor. So 2 weeks from tonight on May 26th. So this was posted last week. We will announce a winner of a separate drawing for adults who have received at least their first dose of vaccine. This announcement will occur on each Wednesday for 5 weeks, and the winner of each Wednesday will receive $1 million. So there it is. There's your governor saying that if you're vaccinated, at least you started the process, you could win $1 million. Really, really crazy. I don't know, like when you really are pushing that hard, I think you're going to turn a lot of people off. The people who are kind of on the fence right now about getting this vaccine, now they're going to start thinking $1 million. They're offering me $1 million, a chance at winning $1 million to get vaccinated. What's wrong with this vaccine? Why are they doing this? So I think you might turn some people off. There are people that are going to get vaccinated anyway. I think this $1 million is, it would be nice, but it's just, I don't think it's for the people who are already going to be vaccinated. I don't think it's going to push that needle any. Well, at least I don't think it will. We'll have to see. Obviously, we'll know on May 26th, and we'll know from Ohio. They'll start probably giving us some numbers when it comes to how many people are getting vaccinated, because they will have that information. Are they seeing a spike in people that are getting the vaccine, or is it just this? Is it just the same? But yeah, I'm just saying it's kind of, if you're on the fence, you might look at this and say, they're really trying to push for me to get vaccinated, so maybe I don't want to do that. I don't know. Now, I've been fully vaccinated, and I feel fine, and I think I made the right choice, but obviously this is a personal choice for everyone. Okay, so let's look at the tweet of the day. So this is coming from the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. So here is the question to the governor. With the latest round of stimulus checks already distributed to most eligible Americans, many wonder if additional aid is coming. And so that, it's kind of a statement, but the governor responded to this. And he said, in California, the answer is yes. Now, let me preface this by saying he has not signed off on a new stimulus package yet. Okay, so this still has to go through the Assembly and the Senate. And then once it gets to his desk, then he can sign off on it. The likelihood is that he's going to be able to sign off on it because you have Democrats running both the Assembly and the Senate and the governorship. So he'll be able to sign off. If he wants it, most likely it's going to get done. And so we're looking at $600 checks are coming to 2/3 of Californians. Okay, so 2 out of every 3 Californians will receive this stimulus check of $600. And if you have a kid, you can benefit from an additional $500. So if you have a child, you're getting $500 extra. So that'll be $1,100 for a parent and a child. Now, if it's 2 parents, obviously $600 for each parent, and then $500 for the child. So that's what we're looking at right now when it comes to California. Now, the hope is that other states take this and create their own stimulus check. So they look at this and say, you know what? California's doing it. We can do it too. And they can't say that they're out of money. And the reason that they can't say that is because they just announced this last week, and we already knew in that $1.9 trillion stimulus package, there was $350 billion that was allocated for state and local governments. And so what's going to happen now is that money is starting to be released. So you have each state starting to receive some of this money. And so they will have, let's hope they'll have a little bit of extra money, and maybe they can create their own stimulus checks for the American people. And so I will make sure to let you guys know if anything's coming out, if different states are starting to have these stimulus checks, I'll let you know. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified when I put these videos out. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.